3. Hey folks, Joe Rivas here, the San Diego mortgage guy with my first Facebook Live in 2018. Hope you guys are all having a great new year and you had a great holiday season and especially a great New Year's. So happy New Year's. And like I said, I'm Joe Rivas, the San Diego mortgage guy, and I'm going to chat today about 4 things. I want to chat about The Bachelor. I want to chat about my NFL playoff predictions, 2018 resolutions, and then also calendars. Now, I spoke last Thursday, or when I posted last Thursday, I spoke about goals, and then I talked about 4 types of calendars, and I kind of said it pretty briefly. I got some feedback saying, hey, can you expound a little bit more on what you were talking about as far as calendars? So that's what I'm going to do today. And if you stay till the end, I'm going to show you the calendar that I've seen, the best accountability calendar I've seen in a long time for realtors. So here we go. Let's see this. The Bachelor. Now, I don't watch The Bachelor, but I am in the same room with my wife while she watches. Now, I've got my headphones in. I'm listening to either my programs on my iPhone, or I'm listening to a YouTube video, and I make comments from time to time. So I don't know the ladies' names, but I'm going to give you my top 2 out of 5, or rather 2 out of the top 5 predictions. So the first one is the blonde girl from San Diego who also helps with the homeless. I'm giving my predictions for The Bachelor, as I was mentioning. Like I said, don't know her name, but the blonde girl from San Diego who helps the homeless. I think she'll be one of the top 5. And then the second thing, I also believe it's going to be the nanny. Now, the nanny, I again don't know her name, but she was the only short-haired brunette in a sea of long-haired blondes. So I believe that those 2 will be in the top 5. So, secondly, so on that, I want to say, what's your take on that? As I mentioned before, if you just came on, I don't watch The Bachelor. I watch it while my wife is watching it. But those were the 2 predictions: the blonde lady from San Diego, and then the short-haired brunette nanny. Those are going to be the top 5. So what's your take on this season? Do you like them? Do you like them? I know there's a lot of pettiness going on in there. I just get a kick out of it from time to time, glancing up from what I'm doing, taking a look. Now, something more near and dear to my heart are the NFL predictions. Now, I am a Steelers fan, a little biased, so forgive me, but here I go. For the wild card round this weekend coming up, I'm picking Kansas City over Tennessee. I'm picking the Rams over the Falcons. On Sunday, I'm picking the Jags over the Bills, and then the Saints over Carolina. Now, they all have decent defenses, but I think home field is going to be an advantage. In a couple of weeks on the divisional round in January, or the 11th, or rather the 13th and the 14th, I'm picking the Patriots over the Chiefs, my Steelers over the Jags, the Vikings over the Rams, and a non-home field advantage, I'm picking the Saints over the Eagles. And then lastly, or rather the championship round in 3 weeks, December 17th, it's a rematch. I'm thinking it's the Patriots and the Steelers, and this time I hope that it's not going to just be about 3 points. If we keep the Patriots under 24 points, I think we have a shot. So I'm picking my Steelers over the Patriots. And then for the NFC Championship round, I'm picking the Vikings over the Saints, which would make that Super Bowl 52 is going to be a Steeler-Viking Super Bowl, and I'm going with my Steelers to win it again this year. So what do you think about that? What are your predictions? Go ahead and email me. Let me know if you think I'm close, if you think I'm way off base, or you think I'm just sentimental because of my Steelers. Now, number 4, I talked about The Bachelor, a little, my input. Number 2, I talked about NFL playoffs. Now I want to talk about the third thing I said I was going to talk about, and that was the 2018 resolutions. Now, when it comes to resolutions, should is a very bad and negative word. Now, I've always said don't let anybody should all over you by meaning you should be doing this or you should be doing that. I got that insight a few years ago, about 10 years ago, from a bereavement counselor. And she was always saying, going through bereavement, there are a lot of people who think you should be doing this or should be doing that. And she's the one that came up with, don't ever let anybody should all over you. So the same goes for resolutions. And especially because we're speaking to ourselves, not to other people. Like, I should lose weight, or I should go to the gym. we should replace, oh, there's a should, replacing should with the word will is a positive reinforcement. So it's like, I will lose weight, and then be exact, be definite, 5 pounds a month or 3 pounds or 20 pounds through the year. Or I will go to the gym, be specific, 3 times a week for an hour, or 4 times a week, or whatever it is, but be very specific. So I want to replace the should with the will to be more positive and be more productive. So for us in the real estate business, it's not, I should be calling expires, I should be networking, I should be walking my farm. It's I will. Hopefully replacing should with will make it a positive interaction for us. And then lastly, calendars. Well, remember at the end of this, I'm going to share with you a really cool calendar that I've seen from a realtor recently that I can send you the JPEG on it, and then you can make up your own. But on calendars, after setting your goals, which is what I spoke about on Thursday, my Thursday post, after setting your goals for 2018, the next step is to set up your work days. And I want to talk about the 4 calendars I spoke about briefly there. First of all, this is a Tom Ferry idea from a few years ago, but it's the annual calendar. On your annual calendar, you block out the dates, the holidays, your vacation days, your kids' school holidays, special birthday, maybe a weekend, birthday weekend. You block all of that out, and then what you have left are your work days. And those are the days that you put together that are going to help you fill the goals that you completed. Now for me, what this allows me to do, and one of the things that allows me to do, that it shows which Saturdays I'm available to help my realtor partners with open houses. I have some days I already got blocked off for personal days or for a holiday, or I'm doing something else, a different workshop. But then I know what my free up Saturdays are, so that when a realtor partner says, hey, do you mind, or can you do this open house with me? I know yes or no if I can or cannot. Number 2 of the 4 calendars is your social media calendar. Now this is what it kind of looks like. This is my calendar, what I put together. But basically it does a couple of things. It plans out your Facebook Lives and your posts. Now my Facebook Lives will be on Mondays at 1 o'clock and Fridays at 1 o'clock. Now because of the holiday, because of Christmas, because of New Year's, I'm doing today's on Tuesday. But normally they'll be on Mondays at 1. My Facebook Live on Mondays will be real estate related. My Facebook Lives on Friday were going to be basically open theme, whatever it is that I'm thinking about at that moment. And then my post will be Thursdays at 1 o'clock. Now, you can have themes on your post. I did like last year, I had a theme. Week 1 out of a 5-week period was a home improvement. Week 2 were on introductions. Week 3 were interviews, and then week 4 were behind the scenes, with week 5 being open. That was 2017. 2018, I think I'm just going to be open, although in January I do have a pet theme for the month of January, so all my Thursday posts will be pet related, pet friendly related. And then the last thing to do on your social media calendar for the month is that you would pick one day a month that you can work on your business and not just in your business. Now, again, this is something I've done for a while. And this year I'm picking the last Tuesday of the month. But basically working on your business is different than working in your business. If I'm talking to a realtor partner, if I'm talking to a client, if I'm taking an application, that's working in my business. But what I'm talking about working on my business is when I pull back from the work and then I evaluate, again with the continue, stop, and start. I pull back and I say, okay, which marketing funnel is working out? Which marketing funnel isn't? Which marketing funnel do I need to start up if this one is not working out? And with the continue, start, and stop strategy, I'm reviewing what's working. So I'm working on my business, not working in my business. And it lets me, again, just with my marketing funnels. Last Tuesday of the month is going to be for me. So that's 2. Number 3, the weekly contact calendar. Now, I do this by contacting by phone and by email, but my weekly contact calendar is basically, I call from 10 to 12, 10 in the morning to 12 in the afternoon, about lunchtime. Mondays, I call realtors. I call my realtor partners, those that I'm working with or those that I'm trying to get to work with. Tuesdays, I call my past clients, not just like, for example, I've got 2 past clients that I'm calling today, not because I'm just bothering them, hey, call them for a referral, but on both occasions, today is going to be their first payment date. These are 2 that close in November. they skipped December payment, and even though they've gotten notice that they know they're supposed to have paid, I'm just going to give them a friendly reminder and say that this now you should be sending your payment. Walk them through, have any questions that they might ask, and then hopefully they would say, hey, you know what? There's Joe about if I know someone who needs a mortgage, Joe's the guy. So that's Monday, realtors; Tuesday, past clients; Wednesdays, referral partners. And that's who I'm talking about with CPAs, financial advisors, wills and trust attorneys, insurance agents, people that I've met on a professional level, those who would be like a Power 5 group with me, and just going back and forth. Let me close this out. And then Thursdays, new contacts. Now, I don't know how you do it, but it was a great advice given to me a while back that I meet a lot of people throughout the week. I always get their business cards. Always get theirs, don't give them yours. Or rather, I give them mine, but they may or may not call me, but when I get a business card, I know I'm going to call. And rather than scrambling and try to call them, I always pick Thursdays in the afternoon or from 10 to 12 if I have the time slotted. For me to call them back and just say, hey, we met last week at a networking event. We met on Saturday at an open house. However I met that person, Thursday is my day to contact the new contacts. And then Friday's open, basically the catch-up day for me. Something I may be doing for the weekend or something that I have done in the past. It's just a catch-up day of anybody I have not got a chance to get a hold of during that week. Okay, so that was the 3 calendars. The annual calendar, the monthly social media calendar. This was my weekly contact calendar. And then my daily calendar is kind of quick and easy. It's an acronym that I've used in the past. It's CMT. C stands for clients, M stands for marketing, and T stands for training. And basically, that's how I break up my day. Anything to do with clients, whether it be pre-clients or during the clients or post-client, I want to get that out of the way first. I want to make sure that that's fresh in my mind. And then if a client has given me a question, I want to make sure that I've answered it. Secondly is marketing. Once I've caught up with my client for the day, my clients, then marketing. What type of marketing? That could be an email. It could be this Facebook Live post. It could be anything that I'm doing. And incidentally on Facebook Lives, once I do this, I put it on LinkedIn. I'll put it on Instagram. I'll put it on YouTube. Just always get into those markets out there, those different media markets. So M is for marketing. And then if I've done my clients, I've done my marketing. T is for training. I always got to learn. I don't know everything. I want to do more. One of the things I said on Thursday is you're trying to get that marketing funnel into a cylinder. One goes in, one goes out. We'll never get there realistically, but with continued training, we'll get there a little bit closer. We'll be a little bit closer to it. So if you made it to the end, and as promised, here is the best calendar, and I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but here's the best calendar that I've seen from realtors. Now, take a quick look at this. It comes from a realtor. Her name is Erica Steitenroth from Katy, Texas. Now, she posted this on Lab Code Agents on Friday, I believe, and she's got a lot of positive feedback. And basically, as you look at it, I'll put it up here, but if you look at it, it says, it's the reason I call it an accountability calendar because all the numbers are right there. It's got January, February, March, April, all the way through December. On your left-hand side, it's got the closed, and then under contract, then active, then those 1 to 3 months or 4 to 6 months. Talks about her current list, and then anything out that's posted out, 6 months out or 12 months out. So what I'd like to do, if you think that this is a calendar that you can create, and I can't create it for you because basically it looks like she took a whiteboard and put some black electrical tape. But she made it really, really easy, very, very accountable. You'll know in one glance where you stand on your goals and how you're doing on a monthly basis. Anyway, if you'd like a copy of that JPEG, just email me and I will send you a copy of the JPEG so that you can create one yourself. Or if you want to look her up, her name is Erica Steitenroth, Steitenroth. She's from Katy, Texas. It's about the 5th or 6th post that she's made in the last week, and it'll show a picture of her calendar. Again, the best calendar I've seen, accountability calendar for an agent in a long, long time. So there you have it. If you missed it, maybe catch the replay on it. Definitely like this and share it if you see fit. I talked about The Bachelor. I talked about the two ladies I think is going to go all the way to the end. I talked about my NFL predictions, thinking that my Steelers will actually come on top over the Vikes at the end. I talked about 2018 resolutions using the word will instead of should. And then lastly, I spoke about calendars, giving you the 4 types of calendars, ending with Erica's calendar that I think is just amazing. Hopefully you had some good food for thought. Go out there and kill it. Let's make 2018 a great and prosperous time for us all, growing in our relationships, growing in our things that are non-business, but also growing in our businesses. I'm Joe Rivas, the San Diego Mortgage Guy. Happy New Year.